Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil, and I managed to watch Ballerina today, guys. Yes, finally. This is a movie I was actually pretty interested in seeing, and I heard some good things about it, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. This is definitely not my favorite John Wick film. However, I did have a good time with it overall. So I'm just gonna jump right into this review without really wasting too much time in the intro. So for my pre-rating score, I'm gonna say that Ballerina is a good movie. It's a good movie. It's an entertaining movie. That's all there is to it. Now, getting into the story without really spoiling too much, even though it's been out for a couple months now already. Ana de Armas plays this character known as Eve, and basically she is forced to live this life of being an assassin, and things don't uh really go her way at times. And basically it's a revenge movie, but also a action movie that has the action like tropes and cliches and all that, like the fight scenes and all that. But basically it's a revenge movie. That's what it is. Basically it's like a revenge film in the vein of John Wick. So there's that. And John Wick himself is in this movie. That's not a spoiler. If you've seen the trailers, if you've seen the poster as well, he's in this movie. And I wish they hid that from us so it would be a surprise, but nevertheless, I guess they want more people to watch the movie. So there's that. Now, in terms of the positives, right off the bat, I will say that the action is awesome. I mean, it's a John Wick universe film. It's a spin-off, yeah, but the action is great. It's bloody, it's brutal, and I love that. At first I was like, oh, it's not what I thought it would be. It was like a bit like PG-13, a bit tame, I would say. But then later on things got violent pretty quickly, I would say. Also, I will say that John Wick is known for its creativity in terms of its action. This movie did have some creative moments, I will say, in terms of the action. Another thing I also liked was the story. I dug the story. I dug what they were trying to tell with this movie. The story was definitely interesting. However, it is a revenge film, so keep that in mind. It's not going to blow you away in terms of the story or plot, but I did like how this kind of felt like an origin story for a character in this movie, Eve, basically. And if we kind of got something like this for John Wick, it'll be great too, but like a prequel. But unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get that because I think we might just get John Wick 5 and maybe another movie of this. But I don't know if we're gonna get it Ballerina too because this movie did not make a ton of money at the box office when it came out. So there's that. And then one last thing in terms of positives that really stood out to me is Ana de Armas. She's great, badass, and I have to say it. Everyone is probably not going to be surprised I'm saying this. Beautiful. I mean, she's a badass, beautiful, sexy chick that's kicking ass in this movie. I have to say, I don't care. I'm not shy. I'm not ashamed of what I'm saying. I mean, who doesn't love her? She's easy in the eyes, and man, does she kick ass in this movie. And Gil can definitely handle her own. So there's that. I mean, I've loved her ever since I saw in Blade Runner 2049. So there's that. But yeah, she was definitely really good casting for this movie in terms of the lead, and she can definitely hold her own. Sadly, the box office says otherwise in terms of her being a draw for people. Now, going into the negatives, the first thing that really stood out to me is the pacing. For some reason, I don't know what it is, the last couple of movies I've been watching has been like affecting me in terms of like pacing. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know. But honestly, the pacing isn't bad. Just some parts I wish were like a bit more faster. Like John Wick 3, when I was watching, I was like, this movie's just flying. And maybe it's because I was really into it overall. So there's that. Another thing is that there's some unnecessary moments. There's some scenes and moments that just really, now that I'm looking back, I was like, that didn't need to be that. This didn't need to be that. They could have used the runtime for something more interesting, more exciting. But no, they had to include that, I guess. And then, whilst in terms of negatives, there were some characters that I just didn't really like all that much. I was like, why is this person here? What is the point of this? Like, there was one twist, I'll give them that. That was definitely kind of unexpected, but there were some characters like, this is just adding more to the runtime. Like, there's some random people she runs into, I would say, overall. But guys, I did think this movie was enjoyable. It was definitely fun. It was definitely exciting, but it is not my favorite film in the John Wick universe. It definitely lacks the full-on grittiness that makes those last two John Wick movies work. The pacing that I love in the third film, which I still love John Wick 3 when I saw it like a year or two ago, so there's that. But overall, guys, I enjoyed Ballerina. It's not a 7.5 out of 10 for me. It is kind of close, but overall, as a final score, I'm gonna give Ballerina a 7 out of 10. It's still an enjoyable movie, don't get me wrong. I mean, I want to give it a 7.5. Actually, you know what? I will give it a 7.5. I don't care. I mean, I don't do point fives, but I'm changing my mind. I did this to 7.5, so that. I mean, I liked it more than Hunter and Dragon, which is, of course, a 7.5, and it's in between that and Thunderbolts on my rankings for movies I've seen this year. And Thunderbolts was a 7.5, so yeah. I'll give this a 7.5. But it's my least favorite out of the 7.5 movies this year, I would say overall. But guys, those are my thoughts on Ballerina. I liked it. I didn't love it, unfortunately. I still thought it was really good for what it was. There's just some things that could have definitely made it better, I would say. I mean, honestly, I don't know if this is my least favorite John Wick universe movie overall. I I mean, I love 3 and 4, but I probably would put this above 1 and 2 maybe because I didn't love the movies in terms of the story overall. This one, the story was at least interesting, but the pacing and some elements, some scenes, some characters did affect it overall. So that's that. But guys, those are my thoughts on Ballerina. All that I have to do left is just watch the Lost Bus, and I pretty much would have been caught up every movie I've seen this year. Now I'm going to Malaysia again for 10 days, so hopefully I can see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 there. And when I come back, I'll be watching Avatar and then Wake Up Dead Man as well. But guys, those are my thoughts on Ballerina again. That's all I have to say for now. I also do really want to start Hunter x Hunter very soon. I do want to finish that before the end of the year. I don't think I can watch the other two anime that I wanted to this year, but which is unfortunate. But I do want to finish Hunter x Hunter. But guys, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.